tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you.
It's a toaster.
Dalek,
You have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Is this world protected?
because you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them? Hello. I'm the doctor.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And he always was, right? He always was. Heard some murmurings from Karen Gillan. Maybe she's teasing us a little bit. And let me tell you, if someone's going to tease me, bit of Karen Gillan. Although she doesn't turn me on. Oh, listen, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Would I turn her down? I think I might. I'm sorry, Karen. I mean, I don't know. It depends. She might. I'm open to the possibility, okay? Because I am, what we call in Judaism a tzaddik, right? I'm actually a tzaddik gamor, right? That's what that means, a completely righteous human being. Because I'm that, because I am one of those things, a tzaddik gamor, a completely righteous human being. I'm not going to rule out the chance that Karen Gillan could woo me over. I just don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I like Karen Gillan a lot. I just feel like kind of like brotherly to her. It's weird. It's weird. I admit she's very beautiful. I mean, I can't argue with that. She is definitely very beautiful. But yeah, no. I mean, Millie Gibson. Yeah, all bets are off. Really? Yes. 21-year-old Nicola Bryant. Yes. Absolutely. I think Karney, Nicola Bryant as well, quite frankly. Yeah, everybody gets a look in because I am an equal opportunity pervert. Not really. Actually, that's not true. I have my specific go-to spankables, right? But I'm open-minded. Right? Well, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? I'm open to anybody being able to join the Rabbi's League of Spankables. Let me tell you, it's a fearsome league. Weirdly, Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica is not on the league, but Bo-Katan from The Mandalorian is on it. That's weird, isn't it? Same person. No, I know. Red hair must do something for me. Maybe the attitude as well. And Boob Armor is hot. I never knew I was there. Like, I wouldn't like to actually have Boob Armor interact with it in real life. That doesn't seem safe. I was like, oh, hello. I don't know. It's like, that seems weird, right? But I think it's just kind of hot. I don't know what. It never occurred to me to turn me on. And it doesn't, but it does. It's like, it's very strange, right? Very, 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 very strange. Karen Gillan and Boob Armor, no. Although the Boob Armor can help basically anybody. I mean, look at Jean Marsh as in Battlefield. Oh my God! No, let's see if I can pull up a picture of her. 1 second. Jean Marsh, Battlefield. Where there you go. 1 second, let me get these pictures. Now, like, how old was she during then? I mean, what, in the 50s easily? Yeah, 1 second, here's a picture. And the Boob Armor really genuinely does the trick. It's Let me see if I can get a higher quality picture. It's funny, like she's acting her heart out in these pictures. I feel kind of bad, but I think I can live with it. There you go. That's a better quality one. Any others? Look. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just getting all these great bits from Battlefield, like when she pays back the woman by taking away her blindness. Right? I did think that was a very cool scene. Here we go. Doink. Let me share the screen. Sorry for this tangent, but I do think it's worthwhile. Right? I do think it's worthwhile. I mean, okay. Look at her. The boob arm. I mean, like, she has an insane body and figure on her. But then you realize, oh, that's the boob armor, right? It's, you know. Boob armor goes a long way. Yeah, this is a voyage of self-discovery. I never knew I would find boob armor going a long way, but it is. It's true. Boob armor apparently goes a long way. Fine. We're going to talk about it. We have a lot going. You know what I was just thinking about before we started? And then that clip from Matt Smith really put me in mind of this. When AI is really working, I was just thinking, what would you be able to do? Like, what would I do with it, right? If I could do anyway, because you can Doctor Who related. Because essentially, you could do anything, right? You can make anything that's in your imagination. You can essentially have the AI create, right? I mean, that's just, that's the goal, and I think that's basically where we are, right? I mean, I think the technology is, if not there, very, very close to being there. I don't think it's going to take lots of rendering time either, quite frankly. So I was thinking, what would I do like Doctor Who-y? I got cyber stalking me on Facebook. We'll look at that in a minute. If I'm going to do something Doctor Who-y, right? I think I would do something called Earth Story, right? What is Earth Story? Okay, Woody Allen, bit of a pervert. I will agree with you. Again, one of my lundsmen. It's embarrassing. What can I tell you? Yeah, the heart wants what the heart wants. No, it doesn't. Pervert. Keep everything to yourself. Anyway, he's very good filmmaker, however. And he's very good at doing movies that are like love letters to cities, right? I think A Midnight in Paris is a love letter to Paris, right? It's beautiful, right? And it's love letter to the romance of Paris. It's one of my favorite movies. I love Midnight in Paris. From Rome with Love, I think is that one called, or To Rome with Love? That's a love letter to Rome. And again, very much, you feel the texture of Rome. LA Story, Steve Martin, a love letter to LA in the 80s, and Manhattan, of course, the Woody Allen's 70s movie. Beautiful, right? I would love to do a movie about the Doctor's love and obsession with Earth, right? So, I would start it off, would have Hartnell. And I think, start it off a bit like Manhattan. Hartnell says, let me tell you about, let me tell you when I first fell in love with Earth, or how much I love it, something like that. And then you go to that Gershwin stuff, dun, 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 and cuts with lots of images of Earth and being great, right? Of it's like, well, tell you what I love about being, I think. And then intercut with that, like, Doctor, like footage of the Doctor in there, like you hadn't seen before, like a cine film of the second Doctor on a beach eating an ice cream and clowning around with Jamie, right? Somebody filmed on a Super 8, something like that, like putting like little Doctor's memories there, right? And then you have different talking heads come up, and you talk about how the story of how the Doctor first found himself on Earth and how he found himself to fall in love with Earth, right? And he told throughout all the, you have Tom Baker pop up and say, maybe I've started with Tom Baker. Let me tell you about what I just think that'd be fantastic. And then you could like, poetry will be like stopping here. It was an awful dreary place. Which because like he was trapped there. It was like, I want to go anywhere. Peladon sounds better, right? And Peladon sucks, right? But I think that's the sort of technology that's with us soon. Like wouldn't it be great? We can make our own, like continuation of the Cushing movies, right? Like, I think we probably can. I mean, that's the wild thing about it. I think we probably can. But let me pull up these slides. Oh, she cried. Oh, pull up your slides. Oh, don't be a little slut. Oh, pull up the slides, little slut. Oh, but she loves it. I just went on a total bender. Yes. Oh, this is going to be a rough week for toxic fandom. King Charles is being coronated. I didn't realize it was so soon. I guess it came up already. It's this week. And look, if I was being crowned king, I would have a concert as well. Right? Totally, I would. I'd have the Royal Philharmonic playing, like, Jerry Anderson. That's what I would do. That sort of thing. I totally would do that. So, yeah, good for him. I don't know. The whole, I know The Crown is complete fiction, right? But at least it painted him in a sympathetic light where I didn't even consider one beforehand. Right, so I'm glad I've got a counterbalanced argument, even if it is a fictional one, because maybe my argument, my outlook is fictional. Right, I came from the 90s, right, which didn't have a positive view of Charles, and he did not behave well with Diana. I mean, like, that just did not work out. Although, he should have just married Camilla. Wouldn't that life be better then? I think, did he have Diana killed? I don't know. But anyway, I think, most people are feeling reasonably patriotic at these sort of times, right? It's like, I know a lot of people don't like the royal family, but I think most people are like, oh, well, this is something to be reasonably happy about, right? This is something to be, maybe the things don't have to be always shitty, right? Maybe we can be happy about this, right? Maybe this can be a fun thing. So, who knows? No, they hate the king. I mean, really? Okay, fine. Boba Fett was cut out Mando season 3. Well, at least they're doing something right. I agree with you. He was awful. Anyway, wow. Toxic fandom, I'm triggered over you. Really? That's strange. I don't think they ever met me. No, they don't need to know anything about you to be triggered by you. They are everything they claim to hate. They are bigots. They are small-minded. They are angry. Oh, they are awful people, right? They are awful, awful people. It's like that time, what's her name? Suze interacted with fandom. She just got showed up over and over again for being a shitty little person, dealing with much better people. Like, she just expected to be dealing with the caricature that she puts out, right? Because she's a dummy. Oh, it's so hard to deal with. I don't know. Here's the thing. Yeah, there's like anybody who like really believes in all like the establishment narrative or anything is how can I put this? A chump? Well, not really, but like it's like they're in a cult. Right, and it's because I interacted with such people recently, and they're, they go to maneuver is exactly like it's so bizarre. I've seen them do this time and time again when it's something that's outside their realm of knowledge. Somebody said, I think very cleverly, which is why Tucker Carlson got fired, that CNN tells you what you're supposed to think, but Fox News tells you what you're allowed to think. Right. If it gets too funky to be on Fox News, you're not allowed to even think it, right? So I think that's one of the reasons Tucker got fired. Another rumor I heard was that the reason he was reason he was around so much, I think, or what's saying about like the Rupert Murdoch's girlfriend really liked Tucker Carlson, was a huge Tucker Carlson fan, right? And then they were engaged, and then they split up. And then right away afterwards, Tucker got fired. And they destroyed CNN. I mean, this feels like a watershed moment, right? This is like the end of broadcast news. And really the end of having any relevancy whatsoever. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do next. He put out that statement, which I thought was very strong and very powerful, right? I think that's why they didn't like him, right? Like, you know, if you're babbling stuff like that they don't like, that doesn't really matter. But if you're babbling it effectively, calmly, rationally, man, they don't like that. And look, he did one 1 hour segment, just one, and he could do a lot more on January 6th, and it completely destroyed the narrative, right? Completely, instantly. Not instantly, it took him an hour. But, you know, and they're never going to put it back together again, right? The only people they're trying to convince are themselves. So, I'm just trying to think what I was going. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to be doing next. I hope he I hope he signs to Rumble. Oh my God, if he signs an exclusive to Rumble, mwah! Oh, that'd be fantastic. Or like does the Crowder thing, like Rumble and YouTube, right? And Facebook. Have just only put you out on all the platforms, but have Rumble as your main platform, and then you do like extra content there. That you can sign up for. Like, yeah, honestly, here's what I would do. I would do a daily 15-minute show, because what people want about Tucker is that 15-minute monologue, right? That's what they want. I'll do a daily free 15-minute show and then cut it off after 15 minutes, and then it'll be subscriber only, right? Oh, go to Rumble, baby. Do that on Rumble. Oh, that'll be awesome. Oh, because I'll get so many more views. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. We had these friends over here say for Young Husband barbecue, which was lovely. Like, it was really, but man, when you're caught in the machine, you're caught in the machine. It's like, and then you can't like untangle it. Look, the thing is, it's like being in a cult that you can't interact with anything on the outside, right? So they got these like like NPCs, right? Pre-programmed behaviors. Like I said, oh yeah, Rumble's doing great. He's like, oh, Rumble. This thing is like right-wing conspiracy. He's got this thing. Oh, they have this thing, right? It's the hive mind. That anything out, so that their go-to thing is anything outside the hive mind is they have to A, belittle it, right, and then C, and B, then go, oh, it's ridiculous, like there. But first they go, yeah, you can't do that anymore, mate. You've been wrong relentlessly. But here's the trouble, like having friends like that, like you want to be honest with them, but then you realize if you do, you're going to be a dick. So you just laugh and keep it. But I'm like, they can't, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess they can say that because I mentioned Rumble, but I don't know. But they can't, like, that's why I always tell people, just watch Tim Pool, right? And they won't do it. They will not do it. Tim Pool is the most centrist, normative human being ever, with a really smart guy with a really good analysis. He, anybody vaguely, by the way, I'm just looking at Rumble. Spankable or not Spankable? Yvonne Craig, super spankable, especially as Batgirl. I mean, like that was it, but she was Batgirl, right? She wasn't Catwoman. No, she was Batgirl. Super. I mean, like even before pre-pubescently, right? I just knew that was hot, right? And oh boy. Okay, what's up? Now we've got to pull up a picture. Yes, bankable. Yvonne Craig, Batgirl. Oh yeah, the most insanely spankable thing in the world. Are you out your mind? Yeah, we get something high HD. Yeah, that's crazily spankable. I mean, that's like outrageously spankable. And so's that. 1 second, here we go. Spankable. Spankable. 1 second. There you go. Yes, indeed, spankable. Right. Oh my god. And like, okay, you got the pointy booby underwear. That's fine. But man, her figure is incredible. And I'm sorry for looking at it and drooling. Because like, I think she worked so incredibly hard to have that figure. I personally, I appreciate the work, right? I do appreciate the work. I'm like, look, must take a lot of work to keep yourself in that shape and be able to like keep that pose in hill. So very good. Yes, Yvonne Craig, definitely spankable. Oh my god. Yes, too spankable. No, he's still my beating heart. Fine, let's get to the chat. Let me just make sure there's nothing else on Rumble. If you're on Rumble, by the way, hey, what's going to be Crowder and Candace Owens? Oh my god, that is not going good. That is not going good. Oh, Product Being's here. Wait a second. Oh no, you're on. It looks like you're on. It looks like I'm getting this notification on both places. That's really weird. Okay, let's see. Okay, fine. Let me get to the chat, and it should like sync up at some point. Fine. Darren M is here. How you doing, Darren? Greetings and felicitations to you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Lonnie is here on Comics. How are you, Lonnie? Mr. Jekyll and his very good and often horny friend, Mr. Hyde, is here. I always get the feeling that Hyde is very horny, right? I know. That was just the impression I got, right? Crimblin the Balloon is here. How you doing, Crimblin the Balloon? How are you, sir? There was, I remember a BBC production of Jekyll and Hyde from the 70s. Let's see if I can find it. Where Hyde was just kind of like this, like, blonde head cat. Hanging out with prostitutes, so they're called. BBC Jekyll and Hyde 1970s. 1970. Oh, blimey. That's like three of them. Blimey. Let's try 1973. Is this it? Blimey. There's a lot of them, aren't they? No, not that one then. 1971. We'll go for that one. Oh, that could have been that one. I don't know. Oh, that's Mr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde, right? That again, weirdly spankable. Bit of Jonathan Bates there turning into a hot chick. Yes, cannot argue with you there. Maybe a bit later. I don't recognize any of these ones. There's so many. There's so many. There's too many. Oh, in 1978, I'm not getting any. That's interesting. That's 77. Let's see what we got in 77. Oh, that actually might be it. Is that it? That's a James Nesbitt one. That was like 2007, wasn't it? I quite like the James Nesbitt one. Like not a lot, not a lot of people did. I did. Yeah, I thought that was. That's why I thought he was in the running to be the Doctor. Do I recognize it? So I'm at 76. No, let's try 75. No, that's it. 74. No, nothing there in 74. Let's try 73. 73, there was a bunch, wasn't there? Might be set. No, there was a Kirk Douglas one. Blimey. That must be weird. And there's a Jack Palance one as well. Wow. That's even stranger. And then there's Doug Ray Scott. No, that must be Tom Skerritt. No, I don't think so. Okay, the adult version. Oh. 1 second. Tell me more. Yeah, no, this is not it. Although, okay. It looks like a Skinamax movie. And I don't know. Okay, fine. Let me try 1970 because I don't think there's any. It was before that. Might have been 1980. I'll try 80, but then I'll cease my scanning. Is that it? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. Okay, I can't look anymore, right? I can't keep on saying. It could be this one with Michael Caine, but I really don't remember, right? I really don't know. Okay, I'm Jekyll and Hyde out. Okay, I do not know. The Sunriders here. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, God was so stunning and brave for trying to sing. Oh, Icky Thump. Oh, as George is wearing earplugs. Absolutely. Well, that's basically what happened with Shooty, right? He was had a bit of a warble on set, right? And the production assistant was like putting her fingers in the ear. Is oh yeah, I was like, well, that's pretty brave of you. Jordan Lee is how you doing, Jordan Lee? Did you see that Elizabeth Olsen is playing an axe murderer made her feel like Hillary Clinton? Yes, I can understand that. I didn't hear that, but boy, does that pass as being normal. Absolutely, dootly. Rabbi's legal spankability. Yes, you should be on the league of spankability, may I say. Spankability Unite, Rabbi single is lit. Yes, the Rabbi single. Horny. Yeah, but did the wrong thing. Let's bring back the picture, the share screen. Get that back. Doing, and I was going to do turn the camera off. They gave me my yes. This is what needs to be shone on the clouds above the cities of the world. Present yourself for the Rabbi Spankability Challenge. So we did Yvonne Craig, absolutely. So Devon and Cam Productions there. How are you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. Crimpling the Blue. I think I said hello to you already, but I'm not sure. It never hurts to do it twice, baby. As I tell my good lady wife. Turn the head, make sure they're dead. That's what I say. And that's not a good way to approach lovemaking, if I may say so. But it's fun. Problem being, is it? How you doing? Problem being, thank you for joining us. I hope you're having a pleasant evening in where you're in London, right? Is it still cold, or has summer began? Because summer's began here in Israel. We got having good weather. Oh, that's cold, still cold in my basement. Right, I just got to wait a little bit for the ease up. Paul Tosin is here. No, not Rumble. It won't allow me. Oh, Rumble is bad. It needs to be spanked, right? It needs to form the take on the physical form of a Perry wearing a schoolgirl uniform and heels, sheer stocking, not fishnet, black stockings and suspenders. You know, very like kind of Centrinians like. And then be bent over and spanked, right? Just spanked very, very hard. That's just what needs to happen, okay? Look, I don't make the rules, baby. I don't make the rules. I just report them, okay? I just report them. That's what needs to happen. They found out you have an inflatable bummer. Wow, listen, a boy never kisses and tells. 22 minutes is not a record, but we're feeling loved. That's good. I don't know. Is Hyde horny? Well, yes, he's totally horny. Okay, yes, he is. I'm sorry. My favorite Hyde is still the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, right? Who can tell where the Invisible Man is, but keeps him to himself, right? And then, like at the end, he eventually rapes him to death, right? And like murder, and so they come in, they find him like naked and they can't see the Invisible Man, and then but slowly he fades in as he dies. Right? all the blood and the wreckage of his his dead body. Alan Moore is best there. Can't believe Biden is allowed to run again. It doesn't matter. Okay. Here's the entire election depends on the ballot harvesting operation in Arizona, Wisconsin, and Georgia. That's it. Everything depends on the ballot harvesting in those 3 states. Everything else is locked, right? It's those 3 states, and everything depends on that. Although having said that, I think he might do a lot better because when my religious friends asked me, said, "Yeah, do you think what do you think about Trump?" I said, "Trump's chances." I said, "Look, I don't know what the good Lord's plans are. Right? He doesn't let me in, and he's not privy. I wish he did. Bloody hell, I wish he did." But I feel, and again, this is because I'm crazy religious. I feel that Trump has some mission in life to do, and I don't think he has completed it. I think if the good Lord wanted him removed from the board, there are so many. It's a miracle that it hasn't happened, right? It is so insane that it hasn't happened, which means I think it's divine providence, which means I don't think that he's going without something happening. Don't know what, right? Don't know what, but that's how I feel it's going to go down. TARDIS time is here. How you doing, TARDIS time? Thank you for joining us. Digby Strawberry is here. Afternoon, Governor. How you doing it? Joseph Adams is here. Have you read The Baron is coming to Blu-ray this year? Stevie Forrest. I don't know what the Baron. Yeah, but I honestly that was just a little bit before my time. I don't think I've ever seen it. The Baron. I've seen the Monty Python parody of it with the bishop, right? But I never seen it. But I think there's going to be a HD restored Babylon 5. Let me see if I can pull up that story. 1 second. Where is it? 1 second. Okay, they're doing this. So I see Big Finish have announced what they're doing with the next Seventh Doctor thing. We'll have a look at that. What's I going to say? I'm looking up J. Michael Krasinski. Yeah, let's look up that. Here we go. Let me share the screen. Share screen. So JMS. Again, I love these creators that have a close connection to their audience, right? Which he always did. Like he did with his comics, he did with Babylon 5. Babylon 5, I felt really connected. And that was on the early days, like CompuServe, right? He was great being connected to the audience. So, that's where you learned Lurker from, and they brought that into the show. What was it? Alt Binary's Babylon 5? I can't remember. It was like one of those early ones, right? And he was there, and it was like there was a vibrant community. That was one of the great things about Babylon 5. Everybody loved it. So yeah, what's this? What's this? Says J. Michael Krasinski. A spiffy new variation on the Babylon 5 logo. It can't be for the reimagining because that's on hold pending WGA issues. Let it be on hold forever, as far as I'm concerned. So what could it possibly be for? Maybe we'll find out more 1 week from today. Spread the word. Something wonderful is coming. I think we're going to get a HD restored Babylon 5, right? With HD Babylon 5 with brand new effects, right? Because you really can't watch the current version. That thing I would totally get, or maybe it's going on to a streaming service, right? But yeah, that I think is actually quite exciting. So I think Babylon 5 is coming back, right? I mean the Blu-ray version, what I've always wanted, right? I wish I'll do that with Blake 7. Like I was watching Blake 7 last night, and I was watching the was it Time Squad, but the up with the updated effects that this fans done, and they're fantastic. Can they just do a season of that? Put them out. People will buy them, you pricks. What's wrong with you? Right? I don't know. Do it quickly before the economy collapses. Right? Also, you know what I have on my Blake, because I got my new hard drive. I got all set up now. You know what else I got? I got my Blake 7 folder. You can't find them on YouTube anymore. But Kevin Davis did 3 documentaries. He was going to do 4. Well, did 3 documentaries to go on the Blu-rays that were never released for some reason. So they're basically finished, and I got the rough cuts. So they're fantastic. Right? I wish he had one on full season. Full season is really fantastic. I like the full season Blake 7. Gets a bad rap, but I enjoyed it. And also, Gliz Barber has a fantastic arse all the way through that. Oh, yes, glorious. In that glorious 80s lycra. Yes, give me the 80s Lycra. So, yeah, no, I haven't heard the Barons come, but good for that. Good for them is all I can say. Good for them. Are we getting the next Doctor Who, the collection box this summer? We should be. I'm surprised the announcement hasn't gone out yet. Well, what one do you reckon it's going to be? My guess is, I mean, we need, I mean, Davison is behind, right? So my guess will be season 20 with the 5 Doctors, right? I think it's and maybe an ultimate version of 5 Doctors, because the updated effects now look dated. it's sadly true, right? And also some creators were just stupid. Why make the time scoop a swirly bit of ice cream? No. The Black Pyramid thing was brilliant with the corners cut off. That was brilliant. Just make that 3D, you dumb fucks. That's all you need to do. Oh, no, we don't want the swirly pyramid, swirly ice cream time scoop. It was stupid. Stupid. Everything else was pretty good though. Right? I do like the special edition, but not the softies, not the soft ice cream time scoop. That is bad. So I reckon season 20. Right, season 20. It's about time. Bismarck Capital Days in Blighty. I'm glad I'm out of London. Oh, you're out of London? Good for you. What is it, like a with Nell and I thing there? Problem big. You're not going to find what's his name in your who was it that played him? Oh, it was going to be Doctor Who in like a fantasy Doctor Who. Richard Griffiths. Richard Griffiths creeping into your cottage. That was really his cottage. I must have you, even if it is burglary. One of the greatest lines in cinema of all time. Fantastic. Ezra Goldstein is here. Shalom. Ezra, mate. Ezra, we knew you were Jewish already. you didn't have to tell us shalom, but shalom, my brother. How you doing? Is it Key to Time box set or season 20 Blu-ray? My guess is Key to Time. I mean, my guess is season 20. I think maybe Key to Time by the end of the year. Key to Time seems more Christmassy. That's what yeah, my guess is Key to Time. What else we got? Who else? We got I said the title time. Boom boom. Disaster areas here. Spankable or not spankable? Zoe Saladana. Not spankable. Not spankable. Okay? Not spankable. Listen, I have to kind of agree with Cassandra, right? Cassandra's idea of beauty is more voluptuous, and it's like, feels like being in a bouncy castle. That's what I like. Being in a bouncy castle. Yes, that does give you an idea of my preferences. I mean, not too bouncy, obviously. Like, okay, I mean, that looks pretty bouncy, right? This looks like it'll be pretty bouncy to me, okay? Nicola Bryant looks pretty bouncy. More than that, I mean, like, then you're going to get crazy. Right, then it's going to be. It's just going to be scary at that point. Season 17 is due on standard Blu-ray next. Oh, dude, I get I just make my own boxes because I'm not going to wait. Season 17 is great though; it's fantastic. Season 6 we get next year, I think, for colorized versions. Interesting. I know, but why? I think it's unlikely. I really do. I think if you can get colorized versions, much more likely to get like the Daleks or something like that, right? I think the Daleks and Tomb of the Cybermen will be the most likely to be colorized. Oh, Tomb of the Cybermen. Oh, could you imagine? I think that's the most likely. But I think season 6. Seems weird, right? Seems weird. It's the Bishop. The Bishop. Oh, the thing just jumped. Sorry, Saladana. Yes, we've already covered that. Also covers Zoe Saladana. I want a John Purdy animated Lost Stories has done by Big Finish. I'm finding the latest box set a bit grueling, I have to tell you. The Joe Jones one is like, I don't know. I'll get through this first disc, but then I might switch to the Fourth Doctor box set because I'm just, oh god, it's like wading through mud, right? It's like wading through mud. B5 is due for a reboot. I know, but I think don't want them to touch it, frankly. Like I like B5 a lot, right? I like it a lot. But the like the effects just don't hold up because they were early CG effects. Yeah, one second. Let me see if I can pull up a Babylon 5 trailer. Go YouTube. Babylon 5, Babylon by the rivers of Babylon 5 trailer. Do we have anything that's HD? We could do one. I don't know. These ones look too old. Okay, so this was one. This is from the later on in the run. It was a movie that was a vague prequel. It was a prequel called In the Beginning, but it was very good. There we go. So YouTube downloader online. They had this fantastic intro, and I only ever saw it on TNT with Andreas Klaus, whatever his name is, as Jakar going for freedom, and I can't find it. He's all passed away now. One-armed man. Yeah, like the highest death I can get is 360. It is teeny tiny. Yeah. It better be the bloody trailer. D5. Is it a trailer? No, yeah, it says trailer. Fine. They should get us in the Babylon 5 mood. Video file. Download.
You wanted to see me, sir? Yes, come in, Commander. Have a seat. How's your father? He's fine, sir. He sends his regards. He asked
Young
me
Bruce
to...
Boxleiter. Okay, go on, let's get to something happen. This is not a trailer. This is a scene.
Piece is still in work.
This is a bloody scene. No. Leave me alone. Why would you call it a trailer when it's not a bloody trailer? That irritates me, right? Okay, the TNT one. Here we go. So maybe, yeah, these are great, but again, insanely low res. Fine. Download. Yeah, I get up to. Oh, it got. Oh, there's no sound on that one. Come back. Just vanished. Let me try again. Okay, fine. Now let me download it. Video. B52. Right. So it nearly got cancelled a bunch of times. It was on the WPN, the United Paramount Network. Was that the other one? No, it was on the Warner Bros. It was on some network, the new network, and it got bounced around. Right, this was in the era where the sci-fi shows were like Earth Final Conflict, which was not bad, but not up to this standard. Let me find. 1 second. No, cancel. So then, when it nearly got cancelled, it moved to a cable channel, TNT, and it had the
Babylon.
Now TNT really looked after it and made all these little all these little trailers for it. But there was a great one with Jakar. Let's see if we can find it. Well, this is Claudia Christensen who got herself written out, but she was based on the last scene, but she was great.
5. It's a time bomb. Private little wars break out every day.
For freedom, for freedom, for freedom!
That's it! I can't believe I just found it! Oh, I love a bit of Jakar.
Private little wars break out every day.
For freedom, for freedom, for freedom! For peace! That is my purpose on Babylon 5.
We will attack.
Hey, look!
Got an energy spike.
Hold on, kill everyone! No!
You were foolish to leave Babylon 5. But sanctuary there.
Bombing the Narn back to the Stone Age.
Yeah, but the trouble is, again, it's basically unwatchable with the effects, and it also it needs HD, right? But it was a real Games of Thrones type show, right? It was this really expansive political sci-fi space opera, right? With these different species, all of them had their own. They were comical and they were 3-dimensional, right? They were generally 3-dimensional characters and species and they all had their own unique cultures. So yeah, this was a great scene where, like basically, this one old imperial power got power again, and were annihilating this other group here.
Sanctuary there. Bombing the Narn back to the Stone Age wasn't enough for you.
Then we heard it. The sound of something terrible being born.
This is madness.
Now I want the truth, and I want it now.
Oh, Michael O'Hare. So he was the lead in the first season, who I thought was quite good. Okay, it was a bit stiff, but he had this. I think he wasn't well. He had mental illness. I believe he did he take his life? I don't know. I really don't know. And he came back. They had like pivotal story was based around him, and they replaced him with Bruce Boxleitner for the second season. That's season 2 onwards. But they brought him back in season 1 to wrap up his story arc and send him back to the prehistory of Babylon 5. It was fantastic, right? It was absolutely fantastic.
Let this happen! Not again!
Station 3 to Commander.
Oh, and also the ship design that was awesome. Oh my god! Again, each culture had its own design aesthetic, and it all really worked. The Earth ships, the little one-man fighters were called Star Furies. They were in this like kind of cross-shaped. But they were designed to work in 3-dimensional space, in weightlessness of 3D space, right? And it really worked. And you had like the more organic Centauri, not Centauri, was it? Can't remember. Oh,
Centauri have launched a full-scale assault.
We live for the one, we die for the one! Your time has come and gone! It's our turn now!
2 million tons of spinning metal, all alone in the night. A world.
Oh man, I do hope this is getting an HD release. I forgot how much I like this.
A world where empires rise and fall.
Yeah, if this is getting HD release, we might do a full season, like a full series. I'll do like season reviews. Although this was the time when you had this wasn't like your 10 episode season. They had 26 episode seasons, right? They went on forever. That was back in the old days, mate.
Where dreams are born and die, where war and hatred are challenged by love and faith. In the third age of mankind.
I mean, honestly, 2 fantastic performances. Who was it? Andres, whatever his name is, in Shakar, and Peter Jurassic as Londo? Fantastic.
An age plagued by an evil empire that's...
Oh, and also awesome enemy ships, the Shadows, right? They only appear in the first season, right? But they have the script, and they were terrifying. Right, I wish they could never really make good model kits.
An evil empire that seeks to destroy humanity. It is our last, best hope for peace, for victory, for freedom. It is Babylon 5.
We can take care of the Minbari. Arrogance and
Minbari. Now, I have to tell you, that was a cliffhanger at the end of season 3. It was stunning. Oh, let's see that again. When all hope was lost, and it was basically a suicide run on their cool little ship they had. I can't remember the name of the ship. The White Star, I think.
We can take care of the Minbari.
Arrogance and stupidity all in the same package. How efficient of it.
Stay in formation. No one gets through, no matter what.
The human race ends with the current generation.
Oh, and that's the other thing. You had Walter Koenig in it as a telepath, and there was all these different factions. So the telepaths had their own little agenda going on, and they're basically evil along with everybody else.
At least we will have a fighting chance of taking them out with us.
They've seen us. Presumed to be hostile. Weapons hot. Fire at will. I repeat, fire!
TNT has made an unparalleled commitment to Babylon 5.
They really did, actually. They saved the show, and they were... It's a real shame it never got its sequel series. They were going to do a sequel series called Crusade, but they only last like 6 episodes, and it was a good idea, or maybe less. But it was a good idea. And then they tried other things. Then they're going to do a game in the Babylon 5 universe, and that never panned out. So they got quite a way through developing it, but I mean it's probably obsolete now. But an HD release of this would be fantastic.
Producing an original 5th season to complete the 5-year story arc.
Yeah, the problem with that was they basically. What? I think sounds like somebody's home house. The problem with that is the way they did it. That by the time they kind of ended most of the story, and they could have wrapped it up actually with that 5th season. Basically, they could have wrapped up with the full season. I said with the and they had like 1 episode or so they could that they ended up using at the end of the 5th season, and they made a new final episode for the full season. But they could have wrapped up, which meant the 5th season didn't have enough story to really drag it through. Also, one of the stars, Claudia Christensen, she wanted more money, or she wanted less episodes and the same money. So they wrote her out and replaced it with somebody else who wasn't as good, frankly. And the season just was weaker, right? They should have done a shorter season, frankly. Some good episodes in it, but they should, yeah. But but then you got the TNT movies, which were great.
Babylon 5, strong and getting stronger, exclusively on TNT.
Yeah, no. So I do hope that's the announcement, right? That would be awesome. That really will be fantastic. I got a lot of stuff to get to, and I'm like late. I haven't got to any of it. I don't feel the need for a B5 reboot. I'm with you 100% there, right? If they animate some of Colin Baker's audio stories, that would count as a 3rd series. He was robbed of. They'll get a lot more than a 3rd series, right? There's a lot more they could do. David Strawbridge, I still know you, I think, but I can't remember. I don't know, mate. Here, I'm whizzing through the chat. Paul Tozer says, lol, hang on to tee. I don't know what I said. Bruce Boxlight and Claudia Grinson are all that's less of B5. Yeah, plus Bill Mummy. Bill Mummy, I forgot he was in it. He was great. Oh my God, he was great in that show. You got into their little politics and culture, right? And it really was. It was like an early cheap UPN. It was a early cheap sci-fi Game of Thrones. I think it was way better than The Expanse because this really stuck the landing, even with the 5th season being a bit dodgy. But way better than The Expanse, like way better. And frankly, a streaming service will be smart to invest in it, right? Because it's strong storytelling, and you don't get that today. I mean, like if you watch an old movie, even a shit one, you go, "Oh, I can watch this." TNT have been known to look after shows. During the pandemic, they bought AEW Dynamite, and before they had a show, show called The Librarians. Okay, good for them. He did kill himself. Yeah, it's very sad. I mean, look, it's mental illness, mate. What can I tell you? There's a limit. They were limited by the video toaster and budget. Yeah. So yeah, is that voice out Avery Brooks? I don't know. It sounds like the Doctor. Kevin Sassine is there. Doing Kevin Sassine. J. Michael's Straczynski's writing is a tad bit thin, like the effects. It just needs a good story. Well, I liked what's his name? Influence. That was very clear on it. Harlan Ellison, right? And he wrote a couple of episodes. I did like his thing. We're back. I don't know where we've been. You're white pilled it. Well, I'm glad to hear you. I'm glad to hear it. Good storytelling. I remember that. Yes. I feel like, was it the Cave of Skulls, like the first Unearthly Child, the first Doctor Who story, right? When the old woman says, I remember the meat would meet with the fire and it would be good. Yes, I remember the dramatic storytelling used to be good. Yes. What should we do first? Should we do Doctor Who magazine or shall we do Toxic Fandom? Because Toxic Fandom is freaking hilarious. I'm telling it. I shouldn't underplay this one because they are losing their shit big time, and it's kind of just funny. All right, it is kind of just funny. Where are we going to start with? Let's start with Toxic Fandom before we get to Doctor Who magazine. Oh, this is weird. They're weird people. They're weird people doing weird things. I don't vibe Doctor Who magazine coronation special. I'm sorry. Crying face. I'm like coronation tree. Like what? I like. Don't spend your life being hateful, right? But they're apparently having this mass meltdown. The entire Doctor Who Twitter joining this space, the entire one. Wait, what's going on? Just woke up. I'm so confused. And it says 144 people in one thing, talking things out. Okay, this is basically what's happening. They're bored. They're angry, nasty little kids, and they got nothing to fight about anymore, and there's no, like, toxic fandom other than them, right? And they don't know what to do, and they're bored, and they're angry, and so you get shit like this. You're a little ray of sunshine, aren't you? Like it if you want. I just think the monarchy is disgusting. What? Then, okay, here's the truth. They're no more disgusting than anybody else. Right. What, you think the Clintons are better? You think the Bidens are better? You think, what's his name? Corbyn is better? Really? No. Corbyn sucks the dick of, Iranian dick and hates Jews. Okay? So shut up. No one's better. That's all you post about these days. Negativity. I hate this. I hate that. So much negativity. Maybe next time just don't say anything. People are picking up on it. Right. People are picking up on it, mate. Unlike hot Twitter takes, the monarchy is actually racist and harming a lot of people. I don't know. I don't see them being more racist than the Labour Party. I don't see them being more racist than, I don't know, Amnesty International. Yeah, maybe they are. I don't know. But I think if you tolerate racism there, you tolerate it here. Right? I think I find most diversity and inclusivity departments to be racist. People tolerate it, so that's what you want. We live in a world where people are judged on their immutable attributes because we live in a racist world. Yeah, but made by people like you. Harming a lot of people and celebrate that through Doctor Who. Isn't the best look. Well, that's what we're going to talk the trans thing. Isn't the best look. But Jinx Monsoon, bless him, may not be a place that you want your kids going to on Twitter. Oy vey, we're going to get to that soon. I'm not joking, mate. Oy vey would be my, all I can really say to that. Anyway, let's keep going. They fixed it. There you go, then. I don't know. like just living your life this way seems weird. I'm no monarchy fan, but considering how ingrained it is to British culture, it makes sense that you're being good. I'm sorry. Doctor Who marketing celebrating the coronation. No, and it's used to have David Tennant on the cover. Yes. Oh yeah, because nobody can like the monarchy. Why are they on the table? What? Needham's Lantern is a banger, though. It is good. I agree with you. Oh, those posters. Oh, the posters look fantastic. We're going to look at that. It's supposedly fake. Please, it's not, mate. Get over it. Can't lie. I'm happy about getting a subscriber copy without the text on the front. So I can just pretend they're celebrating the Queen's best look. You guys are exhausting, right? Exhausting. But here's the meltdown when they heard that Shoot is performing. And again, if I was being crowned king, yeah, I'll make my own concert with Doctor Who in it. Yes, that's exactly what I would do. Good play to you, mate. Can't argue with you, okay? Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. Charles in charge, baby. So they just had a meltdown. This is a huge deal, but it's disappointing. Yeah, they say, pretty sure you're binded to accept events like this at the BBC. No, it's an honor. I mean, we've been over this before. So this guy says, "Hello, JP. Now allow me to explain why all of this is wrong. First of all, optics and substance go hand in hand. Optics are the first thing. I was saying are off more, and it's likely because it said something in. What the fuck are you saying? If the optics of something are off, more than likely it's because that said something is. Actually, I agree with you, right? I don't think it's off to celebrate the coronation. A white man writing a story about slavery. Well, I don't know. You have a lot of people without children who have opinions about how they should be going to drag shows or not, right? Without children, your optics are off to complain about it. Optics bad, stories probably going to be bad too. Not necessarily. I disagree with you. See, I fundamentally disagree with you. And I think this person's outlook is racist. Right, a non-Jew can portray the Holocaust, right? I mean, you got to make sure you understand what you're talking about. Well, of course they can. Ben Kingsley was, Schindler's List. Admittedly, it pissed me off a little bit, but no, I don't think so. Now, I'm not sure what you're trying to say by people are using Shooter's Race to say David Tennant coming back is a bad thing. But when people say the show is taking a back step in terms of representation, they've got a point. Yes, I agree with you. Okay, I'm actually agreeing with this guy. I do agree with you that they are, and that's a good thing in my mind because I think it's going to move forward in storytelling, and I think it's going to probably be far less racist, right? Because I think representation is racist. Now, yes, we've had the Carson Shooty, Yasmin Finney, Jinx, so yeah, a ridiculously disproportionate number of trans actors, right? And Russell, mate, you're living in a different universe to the rest of us, okay? And that's really good. But if that's all it is, then I can come across as virtue signaling. No, it's supposed to be good. This is by the by. The important thing is the storytelling, right? It doesn't matter. God, this guy goes on. Just goes on. Hang on. This might be hard to navigate, right? This one might be hard to navigate. I might need another mind, right? I might need another mind to mind meld and contact to be able to decipher this. It's what I believe the Asians say extreme in this case dumbfuckery, right? Extreme dumbfuckery, right? It's a dumbfuckery. I think that we've seldom seen. So I'm sorry, one mind is not enough. Is not enough to unfuck the dumbfuckery. I think I need, and I'm worried. Do you remember that bit in the Best of Both Worlds, right? At the end where Data's hacking in to the Borg, right? And he's like, attempting, block. And he gets into one. He's like, stand by. And he goes, no! He's about to be taken over the Borg. And Rugger's like, about to go into the plow into the Borg queue. Pointlessly, that would just be destroyed. And then Data's like that. So that was the same thing. Will he be sucked in? I don't know. But he's a hardy man. But most hardy men, they have trouble resisting being sucked in. Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. This hardy man who likes being sucked in, and I say that not disparagingly, is of royal blood. He is, of course, Birmingham's King of the Geeks.
Hey.
How are you?
Yeah, sucked in and blown out a few times. I don't mind telling you. Good afternoon or good evening, wherever. You're about 3 hours.
Me, mate. It's 8 o'clock. I'm ready for bed. I want my cocoa. Enough already.
Good stuff. Yeah, I've just come straight from the gym, so I've got a shake on the go. But
that's never said. I've just come straight. That's never come out my lips ever.
You make you feel like a new man, Rabbi. Make you feel like a new man.
Yeah, exactly. Listen,
not in a Jinx Monsoon way. So what's
exactly? Oh boy,
what's kicking off now? You had tweets on screen. Are they coming at you again, mate? What's going on?
No, not me. At Ross D. Davis.
Are they?
He's not woken up, right? He's not woken up.
Okay. Oh, isn't he?
No. It's great. So this is what we did send it off. It was good.
Hello. That was a surprise. He got that excited. He's popped off. He does that quite a lot, doesn't he? I think he pops off quite easily. So Mrs. Rabbi would probably say,
"Well, that was weird.
What was he doing?" There he is.
What the hell? I think I must have pressed the wrong button.
Oh God.
Maybe.
Awesome.
I don't know. It looked like I logged myself out. It was really weird. Anyway. So he's saying, was it? Now, yes, we've had the casting of Shooty, Yasmin Finney, Jinx Monsoon, etc., which is really good. But if that's what it is, it can come across as virtue signaling, right? Look, we've cast.
Which is right.
Was that?
Well, they're right about virtue signaling, aren't they? You know, it's we know that it's
just that. Yeah, absolutely, right. He's saying, well, you know, it's point before this. Now, I'm not sure what David Tennant. He's talking about David Tennant. But when you're saying the show is taking a back step in terms of representation, they've got a point. Fine, so we're over here. Now, you notice you got spoke about 13 sending a person of color to the Yahtzees. That's a great talking point about it. Yeah, that was just bad writing, right? Now, when the doctor did that, she knew she was biding away by sending someone far more intelligent and capable. Any Nazi could have. No, you. Okay, wait a minute. Is he saying it's okay to? Fine, let's just try and work this out.
I think this is why I've not seen any of this. I have several words muted on Twitter just for the sake of my own sanity. Oh. Cis is one. Yes. Nazis is another.
Yes.
Trans is also.
However, the problem with the scene is the optics. 13 is a white woman. Sends a person of color to the Yahtzees, a group of idiots notorious for their less than favorable treatment of marginalized people, mainly white people, you dumb cunt. If you notice, they were very happily aligned with the Arabs in the Middle East. Oh my God. The painful, searing ignorance, right, is beyond me. But, okay. Now, realistically, I'm sure the master had no problem getting... Oh my God. Let's talk about Chris Chibnall, since you want to bring... No, okay, I don't want to bring any of this up. You're all out your bloody mind, mate. You're all out your mind.
This is insane.
Essentially, they're all upset about this cover of Doctor Who magazine.
Oh, Jen, of course she doesn't. I've got something right here for Jen. I've been keeping under the desk, actually. It's one of these. Oh my God!
Yeah. So anyway, that's that's a good segue, I think. Do you want to have a peruse of this? Have you got your copy yet?
I have got my copy. It's on the shelf back there. In fact, to prove it, I'll go and get it. Hang on a second.
I'll have I'll open up my digital copy.
Hold on, one moment.
Read in browser. Yeah, see, look at the professionalism of this, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Right, doink.
Right.
Share screen.
I have it.
There you go, my jiggery. So yeah, I didn't realize it was the coronation this week, right?
Yeah, it comes in a big bag.
Here, one second. Let me.
Comes in a big bag this time. £7.99.
Wow.
Yeah.
Coronation treat though. There you go. What's on the back of that?
You get.
Well, listen, those posters look pretty darn nice, right? There's a lot in this. That looks good. Indeed.
Yeah.
Right.
Magic.
Let's
Well,
start having a peruse. Listen, I like Idris Lantern. It's I guess if you a royal episode, like I don't know, just is that the one that leaps out? I mean, I guess it's David Tennant. I'm surprised they didn't do the Day of the Doctor with Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, but I suppose there's not so much bunting in that, is there?
I guess not. Yeah, this does feel very. Okay, I've never listened to these, but there's a free one. I will check it out. Okay, the Cars at 8 London. Fine, I will check that out. Yeah, look, listen. I think the King likes Doctor Who. That's always the impression I got.
He seems, if not a fan, he seems an ally, for want of a better word.
By the way, I do like the official portrait of him sitting back in the chair, like being a bit more relaxed. Have you seen that?
I don't think I have. I've seen one of them stood up wearing a suit.
No, what's that? I think it's the one. It's the one I use on the thumbnail. So hang on.
Oh, I love the fact that Dimensions in Gen is peed off at DWM.
Oh,
Absolutely
I know,
brilliant.
and they come over as such intense weirdo. You can just sit there like that. That's the official.
Even guys out there, even if you're not a monarchist in any way, shape, or form, just get behind this to wind up absolute turds like.
I think that's good. That's good advice. Good advice that you should take. But yeah, this is where you see he's like sitting back. He's looking relaxed. That's a good portrait, if I may say so. Fine.
Got swag. He's got swag.
He's got swag. Well, listen. Again, if I was going to be coronated king, I would have a big concert as well. Okay, that's what I was saying earlier. Fine. Jamie Lenman, Mike Jones, and Eddie Robson. Don't know who Mike Jones is, but I know the other two. Okay. This is big news, right? I'm very excited about this. Murray Gold returning. So,
are you a fan of Murray from the original run? Because he was there for a long time, wasn't he?
Of course. Yeah, no, he was. That is the sound of Doctor Who, right? That really, yeah, he's part of that DNA, and he'll be a hard person to replace. I'm glad they don't have to.
Yeah, it's one of our talking points later on. So I did wonder how you felt about it because
very happy, very, very happy.
Because you're not one. You're not one for sort of mindless nostalgia, are you? You're very.
Look, he understands what Doctor Who is, right? He understands the romance of it and the science fiction of it and how it's unique, right? But I think the romance of it really that he really brings it out.
No,
was it this game? Yeah, who cares? Like, is anybody buying this? Get at it. Like, what are you thinking, mate? I'm sorry.
There seems to be 2 or 3 of those games every couple of years, and they're just interchangeable.
And nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. The Dalek Awakens. So this was the Big Finish release, the Dalek sections as a release, and it was kind of boring, as I recall, right? So okay, so this is a good segue. Let me pull this up. A second video. This is from Jinx's public Twitter from yesterday, right? So let's say a kid sees Jinx Masoon, sees him on Twitter, sees him on Doctor Who, and then they go straight to this. This is my problem.
And then we immediately started having sex. So now all the small talk with the date is coming after the sex while we're naked and kind of like slowly redressing. And I'm looking around the room for the condom so I can throw it away.
Don't get me wrong. I'm fine for there being adult conversations about adults doing adult stuff, right? This is my problem. The complete lack of any boundary between this and drag. It's like, it's not okay, right? This is not okay for a kid show. I'm sorry. Yeah, it gets worse. Let me go.
I ask him, do you know where the condom ended up? And he looks around and he goes, oh, I think it's still inside you.
Oh.
Again, adult conversations I'm fine with. But, like, again, there needs to be a boundary between... And people like to say, what's all the moral panic about? This! Literally this! Okay?
It's pretty bad. Mate, the way I see it, okay, kids aren't legally supposed to have a Twitter account. I think you have to be 16 to have a Twitter account, something like that, legally.
I'm just saying, if this is your public persona, this doesn't make you family-friendly fair.
Exactly.
Right? The bottom line, right? It does. This is like something you... I don't know. It used to be when there's an idea of something called public decency, this wouldn't fly, right? And I'm not giving him a hard time. I'm just saying this is not appropriate for an audience with children. The reason he's in it is to normalize it. Look, here's the thing. Rusty Davis is a gay man, and I think his attitude towards sex was kind of like the first episode of It's a Sin, right? I mean, that was normal for him, right? That wasn't normal for most people, right? Most people aren't bunking up 24/7. We're just not. I'm sorry. Like, with anybody and anybody you meet. That's That's like a porn movie, right? That's not what real life is supposed to be like. But it's good for you. So I think they kind of get tired of that, and then he got married, and then his husband died. And from reading the production notes, he's back to doing that again. And it's fine, okay? That's how you want to live your life. It's fine. I don't want to educate my kids. That's going to be something good for them, right? And it's not about the gayness. It's about the openness about towards sex. I think it should be somewhat intimate.
Well, anybody who's interested in following this brand will now see they'll be more than aware of an association between Doctor Who, the brand Doctor Who, and the brand Jinx Monsoon. So everybody can use Google. You know, I know 7-year-olds that can use Google if they happen to like Doctor Who. And let's face it, the odds are against that after the Jodie Whittaker era. But all they've got to do is Google Doctor Who, Jinx Monsoon podcast.
Right.
Boom. Boom.
Oh, yeah. Not only that, you know, you see Jinx Monsoon in it, and he looks a bit. She's a woman that looks a bit strange. You can't work out why. So you Google here, and they come like, you know, like.
There's not much. There's not much digital legwork involved in joining that with this, which is wholly inappropriate. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's immoral, but I think it's indecent. And I think that Jinx Monsoon is far from the class act that they're being portrayed, sold to us as.
Right. And look, I'm sure they're very talented, right? Yeah, but it's here. There's a second half of this. I haven't heard this yet. See what else they go.
But no, he's not thinking any issue of it. He says it very nonplussed, very matter of fact.
Yeah, which is how you're training kids.
Which I guess, I mean, what else can you do in that situation? But the fact that he hadn't brought it up until now, like I had to ask where it was, and then he remembered, oh, I forgot to tell you. The condom came off my...
Yeah, dude, enough, mate, enough. You know what? I'm not going to listen to you. You know, that's the problem. God bless, but that's the problem, right?
When did having any moral fiber, when did having any moral fiber whatsoever be seen as a bad thing?
Oh, I would think that was during the same-sex marriage argument. That's when it became a bad thing.
I was all for same-sex marriage. I was, but I'm starting to see your argument.
What do you want to say? I like slippery slope. What? I don't want to tell you, mate. So much worse than anybody thought it would be.
Yeah. You know, I can see what you're pointing to. You know, I'm still, I can completely see what you're pointing to with it.
Two people loving each other deserve to get married. Two boys deserve to have their penis cut off before they've ever used it sexually, right? Yeah, it's like that's a real slide, mate. Okay, that went from one to the other real freaking quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's at first, yeah, I couldn't see where it was connecting, but now it's starting to become clearer to me.
What can you do? But it's too late now. So it's like, you know, okay. But the thing is, and I don't think Russell Davies is being malicious at all, right? I think
no.
I just don't think he gets it, right? I just don't think he does. But he'll go. So the 6-year poll's still going. Look at that. Letter of the show, right? I like that he watches Picard. Okay, I like a lot about it, but you know what his world is like by reading his stuff, right? And he's just doesn't get how losing a condom up somebody's ass during torrid lovemaking with somebody you've never met before maybe something you don't want your 7-year-old learning about, right? I don't know. You put it description of what we saw.
When you put it like that, it sounds absolutely horrendous and completely indecent and monstrous.
But that's exactly what happened.
It is.
Look, I'm going to tell you again.
I still count myself as a fan of Russell T Davies. I mean, you and I, we've both copped quite a lot of flack for this.
It's been a rough few weeks, mate. Yes.
I know that we both of us had nearly a year ago now. The Rabbi sold out, and I had people sort of messaging me saying, "Oh, I'm not going to watch your content anymore," blah blah blah, and all that kind of thing. You can only speak as you find.
That's the point. Like the reason you have an audience is because you're honest, right? And you can't just suddenly start lying and expect it to work.
No,
right? That's the thing. You got to be honest.
I agree with you. I think that Russell T Davies doesn't see any harm in any of this, and I think the reason why he can't see the harm is because I think his view, and I don't think this has anything to do with his orientation or any of that. I think he's just getting older. I think he's getting older. I think he's 2 steps away from where the driving culture is.
All classic liberals are like 5 years out of date, and they don't realize what's
exactly
happening, right. And 5 years ago, I would agree with you. Classic liberals are 5 years out of date, and man, like when did liberals become pro-war? Like, what the fuck's up with that? It's like, and that's where we are now. It's a weird world we're living in. What can I tell you? Anyway, what they got? They got Jinx Monsoon. They got the 1985 charity single "Doctor in Distress" by Who Cares, performed by Really. I don't think I'll see that. Emily Cook, I can't care. Nostalgic look at some. I don't care.
Yeah, I was in that YouTube column once, so I was chuffed at the time, but it's quite a low bar.
This I like how Scott Hancock has made this fascinating look inside the production of a TV show we're excited to see. So crushingly boring. I don't know. Look, Scott Hancock, I salute you, sir, and I think he's a good writer. But this is boring as piss and always has been. I mean, basically, the only good thing that came out from this is they said they really didn't have any idea about Doomsday. Right? They're
washing their hands of this. I mean, I get the impression Scott isn't one of those people associated with the Doctor Who brand. I get the impression they're. Oh God, I'm going to use the word. I'm going to have to use it because it's its true context. I feel that he's being groomed for bigger things.
Yes.
And
no, he is. He totally is.
And that is entirely justified and warranted. I agree with you. What work of his that I've read, listened to, has been really solid. And I think
it was great.
He's very inventive. He's very steadfast with what he's doing, and he seems like a nice guy. However, to write a column like that, you have to have a real kind of aura, a real personality that transmits, right? And a voice, and he hasn't got that. And so to put him in the position where he's writing that column, I mean, it's not as bad as Chris Chibnall's stuff.
That sounds accurate, right?
It was like reading Steve Davis's shopping list. It was just extraordinary every time he was doing it. So it's not as bad as that. But I do think that Scott isn't a natural fit for what they're getting him to do.
You need a schmoozer. Right, you need a YouTuber, somebody who can can have a conversation.
Somebody can.
They need me to do it. Russell, mate, Russell, get rid of some of the trannies, and I'll come on board. Okay, listen, we'll work it out.
Yeah, get yourself a rabbi. Get yourself
a rabbi. One rabbi equals 3 feminist penises. Okay, that's the exchange rate. Speaking of which, I am so going to be using this this Jewish of Christopher Eccleston. Yes, mate, that's coming. That's going to be used a lot. Okay, that's happening. I don't know what for, but okay.
He looks like he's been sleeping under a park bench in Glasgow town centre for the last 3 months.
Well, he normally does. Bless him. This year, 1971, Chat with the Wings, 5 hours rapid. Okay. Have you looked through this yet? I'm going to be doing this.
It's still in its bag. This one came in a bag.
It's sheathed.
Sheathed. Yeah, they do that to stop them from having babies.
Yes, they do. So anyway, there's a big feature. Murray Gold talking about going back to Doctor Who. 6 years after leaving Doctor Who, composer Murray Gold talks to Benjamin Cook. Look, he's a knob, but he knows what he's doing within an interview, right? And I'm going to be looking forward to this, although they do talk about the Attack of the Soy Boys, which was
oh, that was terrible.
Right.
I mean, bless them. And I'm always grateful for what Emily Cook did with that, but Bloody hell, that was embarrassing. I couldn't actually get through that video.
I know. But anyway, so this is a great article which I'm looking forward to going through. And I'm not a music fan, but this I'm really excited about. So I think Sunday night, right, my channel, we're going to be doing a Murray Gold evening. So we did so this is the poll for the Third Doctor, and this year the Inferno has been solid over the last 20 years. That's incredible. That's really interesting.
Well, for a while, I think it's because season 7 is so popular, isn't it? For a while, the Green Death did seem to sort of romp it home in any Pertwee poll. Actually, no, it was the Demons. For years, it was the Demons.
I like the Demons, yeah, especially when they brought it out in color. Right, well, that's when it started to get. That was in VHS. Remember that? That was for the 25th anniversary, or the 30th anniversary, I think. 30th.
Yeah, around that time. So we've got Inferno sitting at the top.
Yeah, but it's always been at the top. Look, from 98, 2009 to 2015, and it's always been number one.
Oh, well, I stand corrected. 25 years of consistent polling, number one.
Yeah.
Look at the bottom. Look at Time Monster. Exactly the same in reverse.
I know. Have you seen that? There's some very good. There's a guy did new effects for it. I should really edit them into my copy of
No, I haven't.
So we have a bit. I'm sorry. This looks so much better than Jodie Whittaker's Sea Devil.
Yeah,
it just does. It's so much better. And they go the top 3 and the bottom 1. And the Fourth Doctor, what's number 1? This time it is City of Death.
Ooh.
City of Death, Genesis of the Daleks, Pyramid of Mars, Robots of Death, Talons of Weng Chiang, Seeds of Doom. It's what you would expect, right? It's what Deadly Assassin is way lower than it should be. And Underworld's at the bottom. There's worse things.
I remember during the 80s and into the 90s, the Talons of Weng Chiang. He's a YouTuber. The Talons of Weng Chiang was always number 1 there, and it's still holding pretty well at number 5, isn't it? But it's sort of falling out of fashion. Look how high up Logopolis is. People, that was always mid-table, and it's gradually going up.
It's still top of mid-table.
But I tell a lie. That seems like that's been at 12 for a long time as well.
That I think the new special effects on the Blu-ray helped that massively. Oh, where'd he go? I lost him. Okay, hopefully he comes back. But I think the new special effects on the Blu-ray really helped that story massively. So they talk about the top. Oh, he's back. There you go. Doink, the same thing happened to you that happened to me?
Looks like it. That doesn't bode well for my live stream.
Yeah, BBC is watching us. So, here's an article I'm excited about. It's just I just got
Dave Gibbons, is there?
Yeah. Okay. This is like that we're going to be doing, spending a show on. There we go. So he's got a memoir coming out, but I'm really up for this. Doctor Weekly strip artist Dave Gibbons, the Fourth Doctor's flowing scarf was like Superman's cake. So he tells Mark, right, I can't wait to read this. Right, I am so up for reading this. This is
he's a legend.
This is a really great article, right? I'm really excited about this. So is that 3 pages? No, it's more than that. Hang on. Then you got cyber signing, don't care. And they normally have a little thing. Oh, it's either 3. But we are totally covering that. Maybe we'll do that Saturday night. I don't know. See what's going on. This actually looks kind of interesting as well. Jackie Stone was in charge of the Doctor Who's press and publicity at the time of its launch, but she didn't want to give everything away. She tells. So this sounds like an interesting read.
Very nicely presented as well. I noticed they're upping their game in as regards puns at DWM lately. I love a good pun, as anybody who looks at my channel knows. And yes, they really are doing. Scarface is particularly good work, I think.
Okay. This is the ongoing thing where they just happen to choose anybody not white who isn't a white male to show he's working at Doctor Who. I've always been interested in what a runner does, though, so I will be reading this with interest. Right from the Lost Ark, what's this? So we have the fabled first story of the Doctor came the Ark in space is brought to life on audio. I'm no interest in this at all. Stuart Manning charts the ups and downs of writer John Le Carpenter's time with Doctor Who. Well, that I was listening, but I have like, did you hear the original Revenge of the Cybermen?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was Revenge of the Cybermen with the Robert Holmes taken out.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I didn't enjoy it, but I still felt it was all a bit of a pointless exercise, and I'm not sure why they're doing it.
It felt like a draft. It didn't work, right? The finished version worked much better, right? Also doing very well, good for the new special effects. I used to have this Radio Times. I'm saying if they do season 20, I'm saying this earlier before you came in. If they do season 20, right, with the 5 Doctors, they should do an ultimate edition with the special effects because they've never really got it right? Why did we get the little blob of ice cream time scoop? That was crap. We want that shaped time scoop, 3-dimensional, flat. That's it. Okay, that's it, mate. You can do that.
You know, I suppose you're right. If you think about that special edition came out nearly 30 years ago now, it shouldn't mean that people who are maybe slightly more sensitive to the story couldn't go in there and create something far, far better and a real alternative to the original one.
Mostly it is good, but I don't like the scoop of ice cream. I remember these things going.
This was very much my era when I was just getting really deep into Doctor Who.
This was a huge thing, painting these little figures that people used to get. Yeah. They're like Warhammer, made Doctor in Distress. Oh my God, we were when we heard that bloody song, right? However, seeing this thing being made, that's very cool. That is very, very cool.
Never seen that particular picture before.
Yeah, I know, it's a new one. Yeah. So best special effect ever in Doctor Who. Crystal D, fuck off.
Crystal D's back, is she? Brilliant.
So we got this back. This is the strip. But actually, I can't remember where it got to, but it was quite good, right? It was some like fictional Daleks or something. They finally get rid of Jodie Whittaker's sonic screwdriver. That's one of the points of the script. That's not a good page. That's not a good page, then, mate. But okay. Planet Evil, read by Tim Treloar. Why would they have Tim Treloar reading that? They should read the third Doctor story. That's just weird.
Yeah, this is a bit of a weird choice, unless he's putting on some sort of monstrous tone. I don't
know. Idiot's Lantern. Maybe I'll give it that watch this week. Bit Maureen Lipman. I haven't seen this for years. Actually.
Yeah, big revelation for me. I was watching a sitcom from 1971 about 3 weeks ago, and Maureen Lipman was a guest star in it. So this is like 52 years ago. Maureen Lipman, right. she was really hot. I was like, whoa,
weird but true.
What's going on?
And what's her name? Helen Mirren. Yeah, that's
yeah. She was
that's a
fit
you
as well.
never thought you wanted, but actually did. This has not piqued my interest at all. Conflict of interest. I did not get this. Not really interested.
Yeah.
So sadly, no. Here's the thing: there's so much Big Finish now that they really saturated the market. Like I just finished reviewing the Time War box set with Paul McGann that came out earlier this year. It took me a long time to get through it, not because it was bad, but it was just like superfluous, right? It felt like it just felt like another thing you can take, you can leave it, right? It's like. It used to be 5 years ago. I'll be like, wait, there's a Tom Baker story that I haven't heard, but of course I'm going to get that, right? Like now, I'm not, well, maybe Tom Baker, yeah, but Peter, I'm not like that with Peter Davison anymore. Like
they have saturated this market. I've been speaking to you about this for well over a year. It's to the point where if everything is an event, then nothing is an event. You get complacent. The standards start to fall. The relaunch last year was to some degree very successful, but I feel that they're slipping back into bad habits here. And the one thing that I think they've done that has kind of shot themselves in the foot that they haven't realised is taking away the independent branding from each strand. So it's all just the Time War branding has gone now, hasn't it? It's just Doctor Who. They've just got Doctor Who and then the story title. And I think that's a mistake because people had decided, for better or worse, and whether Big Finish like it or not, people had decided which lines they wanted to follow or could afford to follow.
Where I am. That's
exactly. And they were pushing them with that.
I will get the War Doctor Begins and after the War game set, but most other things, I'm like, you've really got to work to convince me at this point, right? I am just not interested in a lot of stuff. But yeah, and you know, it's a shame, right? Anything without Nick Briggs's eye on it is just weaker, right? This Taiwan box set was just weaker, and the trouble with these box sets are the linking theme isn't strong enough, right? The linking theme doesn't. It just feels the stories are too random, right? Like you know, the Christopher Eccleston range, right? I thought of a way they could do a Dalek 3-parter really easily. Right, let's say the Doctor lands on a space station and its computer has been malfunctioning or taken over something, so he goes inside it in a VR way, and it's got a Dalek virus like loaded in there. That way, it's not breaking continuity, and he's fighting the Daleks for a 3-part, and it's like it's a 3-part. Or you could do like a 3-part. You could do a box set about his entire lifespan. Like I get the feeling during Rose, he regenerates. He comes back to Rose a lot of times in his lifespan. Right, he regenerates and then he comes back like a few hundred years later and does the middle bit, and then comes back again a few hundred years later and does the end bit.
Maybe, right? Yeah, I think that could work. Yeah,
but there's not a good unified vision for these box sets. Right, Nick Briggs is very good at that. Right, that first one having a 3-part story was helped us, but this thing is. It
seems to me that they're losing a grasp now. They get complacent with things really quickly. The Christopher Eccleston range in particular should be unmissable, and I haven't bothered with the last two sets.
I've dipped out of that since last few, ever since they brought in the stranded people. Yeah, again, this thing looks just boring as hell. I'm sorry.
Dan Stark is always smiling, isn't he? He seems like a good guy, but
I mean, happy guy, and I think he's good at his job, and he's happy to have an audience. And then because they got BBC doing books on tape, there's Tim Treloar reading whatever. So I wish Big Finish would, for $9.99, right? That's the price point. $9.99 download, do a AI deep fake of Sylvester McCoy, because they got all his tapes, right? Without any Sylvester McCoy reading the New Adventures, right? $9.99, and you put the sound effects on it. They can. I think that's a very viable range for them, right?
Throw Sylvester. They could throw Sylvester a few quid.
Exactly. Yeah, he makes money. Big Finish make money. I get a product I like, and I feel like an era of Doctor Who that's been lost won't be. So that'd be good. Janet Fielding reading War of the Deep. Yeah, no, thank you. I
love Janet. I love Janet Fielding. I love Warriors of the Deep. But that sounds excruciating.
Really?
Yeah, God, yeah, I love it. To be honest, any Davison story, I love them all. But yeah, I really like Warriors of the Deep. Yeah.
Really, it's awful.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for AI to get good enough that we can just remake it, right? Because it's the direction of it. Oh, it's awful. But I'm glad you like it. But
see, I know that you're right, but I'm laughing anyway.
Listen, we're all allowed to like. I like all the Colin Baker. I can't.
I'm a big fan of Delta and the Bannermen, as people may. I think the word has got out about that.
Yeah. Again, I would love to see somebody re-edit that into a 45-minute good story with new effects, and I think that they could do that. So are you getting Once and Future that's coming out in a couple of weeks, about the same day as the coronation? I think
I'm considering it. I think this could be really good, so I'm considering it.
I got the whole thing pre-ordered, so I'm hoping it's going to work. Also, I do like this. The War Doctor Begins. I think it's excellent. This is a range that I would like to see continue. So this is coming out next month. I'm looking forward to that. And in the green room with Ian Covington, so he was okay. Harry Sullivan's Finest Moments by the new guy playing Harry Sullivan. That sounds fun. That's a nice little
He
bit.
is such a nice fella. We had him on Type 40, and he was great company.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's so nice to hear, right? It's nice to hear. No interested in this whatsoever. The revamp of Torchwood story.
Stop making Torchwood without John Barrowman. It's pretty pointless.
Yeah. I just stop in general. I kind of like these, but I never really read them. But they're kind of fun. They're for the bathroom. So next month is coming out on the 25th of May. We get the 80s figures for the 5th and 6th Doctor on their on the poll. What secrets Alex Kingston have been keeping about the clothes? They're interviewing Alex Kingston. Wheel of Misfortune, nice. Wheel in Space, Dome. Okay, more about the comic strip, and it's $7.99. Bloody hell!
$7.99 again next month. That's gone up by another £1. That's ridiculous.
That and it's 85 pages, and the comic strip's only 6 pages long. But they had a lot of stuff in this one, I have to say. I do like these posters. These posters are freaking cool.
Yeah, they are nice. Yeah.
I mean, they absolutely lovely, and I think they really nail these stories. I think we'll probably be getting more, but these are absolutely gorgeous. Inferno, especially. Oh, maybe it's based on the. It's based on the.
Based on the VHS covers.
No, it's based on the season poll.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
And the Dalek Invasion Verse are both number 1. I think City of Death was, and Invade. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, it's a nice idea.
Yeah. No, excellent. So listen, expensive, but So tomorrow on my Friday stream, we'll be going over the production notes. I only do an hour on Friday, so I'll be going over production notes. Dr. Alex is how you doing, Dr. Alex? Thank you for joining us. You got a good thing coming up. You have. And you sent it to me as an exclusive, and I didn't listen to it in time. You are absolutely right, and I feel really stupid. By the way, Kel Lynch, if you don't follow Dr. Alex, right, may I recommend, you specifically will love this. Go to his YouTube channel. He's got a deep fake Peter Capaldi reading his Peter Capaldi novel, and it's brilliant. It's fantastic. Kel Lynch, you will absolutely love that. But he's got Paul McGann reading a story, so a deep fake Paul McGann. He's very good at doing that. So that's coming out this week, I think. So that's exciting. You have a show on tonight, do you not, sir?
I do. We're back. We're at it again, everybody. In fact, I've got
like rabbits. They are disgusting. Absolutely. Do you have a thumbnail?
I do. I have a lovely pic there. So this is what we're getting up to later on. Myself and a few of cohorts, the usual kind of.
Now, I'm going to be interested to hear how Simon and JT specifically, what they take on Shooter's blue outfit is, and Afro. Are they going to hate it? Are they going to love it? I think they're going to hate it because they're going to be so mad about Jinx Monsoon. That's my prediction. What do you think? No, it's live. You haven't seen it yet.
It's live, so I don't know what they're going to say. I'm not entirely sure precisely who will be on later on, but I know what everybody thinks about it already. Actually, no, I don't. Come to think of it, I have no idea what Ian Diaz thinks.
Oh, so he's not going to like it.
That should be quite entertaining. And we do have. I'm pretty certain I can say this because she said she was going to be there. I think we've got the return of Sarah later on. This will be her first live.
Always a great guest. Always a great guest.
Yeah, I love having Sarah back on. And it should be a laugh, everybody. So it does what it says on the tin. So we're going to groove out and catch up with everything that's going on and chill out and have a few laughs. Chat to the live chat. There'll be Doctor Who adverts on and some nostalgia with the Doctor Who diary and lots of fan art and me desperately trying to keep up with whatever's going on. So don't miss it. We're going to have a giggle. And we'll see you there. With your get your afro, get your fro on the go. Yeah. Thanks for the plug.
An hour and 15 minutes.
It is indeed. I better go and get myself waxed, watered.
I wanted to show you. Where was it? Not so sure if you've seen this. This is adding fuel to the fire that the 60th episode may be musical. Shooting Six's get up was called singing.
Yes, I saw.
you see, I'm like her. I'm like, please, no more, Shooty.
Well, look, I'm glad he's smiling, because after that, I won't be. I hope he's doing it.
Elliot, Russell, you are teaching. You're doing a better job the entire Church of England, because you're teaching us what faith really is. Right, we're going on faith, Russell.
I think Shooty seems like such a nice fella, and he does look like he's having a blast. And it's nice to see people having fun.
I just hope it's good. Right, we had this with Jodie. They're all laughing and joking. Oh, we're so great. It better be good, Russell.
And they were all incompetent. Every one of them. But
they all had no idea what they're talking about. Have I asked you this? If you're watching the show Succession,
I've heard of Succession, but I have no idea what it is.
Okay, so it's basically about this billionaire family, like the Murdoch family, right? Who have this make movies. They're Fox, right? Yeah. So you Magnets. Have the idiot trust fund kids who are like in charge, and there's like this movie that their studio's making that's going 300 million over budget, right? And they're like, yeah, who gives a shit? And they have no idea what they're doing with anything, right? And that's what's running world. Idiot trust fund babies from corporate America. I mean, it really is. I think it was somebody was telling me Alex Kurtzman got his job because his father was in charge of contracts with something or other, right? And you could totally see that. I
could believe that. I completely could believe that. Yes, thank you for your time, mate, and thank you for listening to my nonsense, everybody. I'll catch you soon. And yeah, cheers, guys. I hope to see some of you at 8 o'clock over at the Spacebook channel. And that's it. I'll see you later, mate. Cheers.
Doodle bit. Thank you for joining us. I'm also wrapping up, so I'm going to say good night. And please, if you're on Rumble, subscribe on Rumble. That will be Fandabby. A Fandabby double dozy. I'm going to say good night to everybody. Join me tomorrow. I'm earlier tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm 3 p.m. UK. We're just going to be an hour long, but we will talk about the important news of the day. We'll go over Rusty Davis's production notes, and maybe some other bits and bobs from Doctor Who magazine. Fine, with that, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again. But first, I'm going to say good night, good luck, and may your God walk with you. And the wizard.